Hey, it's Dean, and today I'm going to teach you how to make skateboard wax for rail or curb, anything you need. And, okay, let's get to it. So first you'll need a little bit of candle. Doesn't matter if it's like a tea light or any kind of candles you have. Basically, I just took a little long strip of candle and cut it. The reason I'm using so little is because I already have skateboard wax. I'm just using a little for a tutorial. So you'll need your candle, some vegetable oil, and an empty Coke can, or any can that you have. So first, you need to cut it in half. So basically just get a little into it, then take some scissors. It's the easiest way to do it. Cut around it. Alright, so basically make sure there's nothing in there, and just empty it if there is, if there's any leftover Coke. I already emptied it out before I cut it open. And so basically you'll take your candle, throw it into the can, and then take a little bit of vegetable oil, and just put enough so it covers it. Don't put too much, your wax will be way too slippery, but put enough so that it'll make a difference. So just pour that in there. Okay, after you put some vegetable oil, then take a little butter, put some butter in it. Okay, so you don't want to use too much butter. If you use too much butter, what's going to happen is your wax is going to be really soft, and it's going to be kind of jello-y. So since I'm using so little candle, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of wax. And you don't need much even if you are using more candles, because it's really not that necessary. It won't make too much of a difference. It won't help that much, and it can really mess the wax up. So if you want to be sure not to mess any of your wax up, just don't put any butter in it. It's not too important. Okay, so now basically you've got your vegetable oil, your bit of candle, and your butter in the mixture. And so now you've got two options. You can either put it on. You can either put your Coke can on a pan and put it on the stove, or you can lamp heat it, and I'm gonna lamp heat it just because it's easier and it takes about the same amount of time. It won't save you too much time, and plus I'm using so little. So you have two options. You can either heat it on a stove or heat it in a lamp. Basically, to lamp heat it, which is what I'm gonna do, is you take your candle, your butter, your vegetable oil that's in a can of Coke, you put it under a lamp as close as it can get. Now don't get it don't get the bulb inside the can, but get it pretty close so it'll heat faster. And turn the lamp on, and now you just wait. It'll probably take, for a small amount, it'll take like under 15 minutes, but if you're doing a big bar of wax, it may take up to an hour. Okay, so basically after you put your wax off to melt, you've got two options. You can either, after the wax is done melting, you could either pour the wax into a plastic container or a mold and wait until it dries, and when it's dried and hard, you take the bar of wax out from the container and you've got your wax. You can do it that way, or you could store your wax in something like a glue stick or a bar of chapstick. This helps because if you're out in the sun, your wax won't melt. Because the other day I was skating and the wax just melted, so that's useful. So if you'd like to do that, what you do is take off whatever, this is chapstick, screw it to the top, and just take all of the wax of the glue or whatever you're using out. And if you get the little plastic thing at the bottom with it, you've got to take that out and separate that from the rest of the chapstick or glue, because you need that plastic part. It's what enables you to like scroll up and down. So you just separate that and you put the plastic part back in, and then you scroll it all the way to the bottom. All the very way at the bottom needs to be at the bottom for when you put your liquid wax in, and then you're ready. So let's head back upstairs and I'll show you how to pour the liquid in. Okay, so it looks like my wax is done melting. So to take it off, to take it out rather, you turn off the lamp and grab the can by its top. By the bottom it'll be extremely hot because of the wax that's melted in it. So just go ahead and take that out. And go ahead and take it to a bathroom with your empty bar of chapstick or whatever you're going to use. So just it should look something like that. So alright, so here's what you have to do. So this is what the melted wax will look like, and you want to get it inside the chapstick. So this might be kind of difficult, but okay. So make sure first swirl it to the bottom. It has to be at the bottom, and then I'm gonna put it at the bottom of my sink, and then make a little cut or indent so that the liquid will follow it when it's going down. And I don't suggest you hold it with your other hand. So I'm going to pour it all in there. And so let it go to the top. And I've got a little too much, it won't all fit. So I'm going to pour a little back in. I've got have a little chunk of wax that didn't completely melt. I'll put it back in there. But yeah, after you've got it in the chapstick, all the way at the top, don't fill it to the very top because you won't be able to close the chapstick. Just leave it to dry, and the wax drying, it'll dry really quickly. Like in my experience, just a very small amount of wax like this will dry in just like under 5 minutes, just a couple minutes, and it'll be done. So yeah, your wax should be completely dried, and this is what it'll look like. You'll have your little wax and it'll come out and you can use it straight from the container. So it's really neat because your wax won't melt, and you know, you can, if you're mad at your mom or your dad, you can just be like, hey, you need some chapstick, give them this wax, their mouth will be full of wax. Yeah, a little bit better example of doing this is this bar. It's a little bigger, so you can see what it'll end up a little more clearly. And yeah, the wax is great. It skates really well. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe over there. Do it. Go. Okay. Thank you for watching. And yep. Thanks.